Ordis, the port city. Told ya. Troop transports, I assume. Hello, what's this? Oh, that'd be where the lighthouse was, wasn't it? Which got blowed up.
Back home at last.
It's our first time back here since our field exercises. Wonder if the city is still as beautiful as I remember it. Huh, could have handed it to you guys this time. Not bad, Schwarzer. Armbrust and Regnus too. I did carry out some infiltration tasks back when I was taking orders from the Imperial government. My professional duties as an inspector do occasionally include infiltration operations. Wow, Muse. You've really got a knack for this kind of business, huh? Well, when you've got to give. Still, seems like things have changed quite a bit since we were last here. Let's start by surveying the city and picking up any info we can on the Captive Thor's personnel and VIP. You got it. It's time for the rounds. You know, I was somewhat apprehensive about being assigned here, given Ordis' noble faction connection and all. The governor carries the full burden of it all, from acting as a bridge with the nobles to coming up with political measures. When I think about what he's going through, it makes me think that I gotta step it up with my own job. Well, I like your ideas there. So they decided to turn Riviera Court into another conscription office. People have loved that place for decades, not to mention the employees. This is just a shame. Government's word is absolute, and I never waver from it. This one is a little hard to take, that's all. Finally. Ordis, the port city. I've been looking for my twin brother, Orvid. I can't find him anywhere. Do you know where he is at all? No? No. I'm a merchant in a neighboring town, but I always order my wares from Ordis, the port city. This railway restriction is choking us. We've got a goods shortage, so I'm here in Ordis, the port city, to make my purchases directly. Awful time to be a merchant, but we have to make the best of it, I guess. By the way, there's all kinds of rumors among the merchants regarding Riviera Court. It's a very famous spot. Did something terrible happen to it, or what? Ordis has historically been ruled by the Cayenne family, one of the 4 great houses. Even so, while they may have received orders from the Imperial government, taking control in such a manner seems a little impudent. I will say, though, thankfully, that the governor certainly has his wits about him. But the Imperial Defense Force has been seen repeatedly entering and exiting the mansion, and that doesn't seem good. The governor seems like he's sensible enough. Still, a non-noble governing Ordis like this has never been permitted before. Each family is deploying soldiers and contributing financially to the war with Calvard. They may be cooperating with the government's orders, but I doubt they'd do so with any joy in their hearts. There's a feeling in the air that we are moving closer toward war. Things will only be more unstable moving forward. I do approve of the war against Calvard, however, all the nobles being swept up in a mania of it does concern me. Well, my draft card finally arrived. I was hoping to do a bit of shopping to take my mind off of things. Looks like Riviera Court's in a rough spot at the moment. Ever since I started hearing the rumors about Kleist & Co., I've been cutting down my visits. Regardless, these prices are just too high. How can I fund shopping if I can't purchase the goods? Shopping was my only true love. What the heck do I do now? Shitty. Shopping was the only thing that I really loved doing, but now it just sucks no matter where you go. Just being conscripted already has made me like this. How would it be on an actual battlefield? Worse, mate. Much, much worse. It's war, mate. It's war. You still have yet to recover the assets you lost during the Civil War, correct? How pitiful. To think such a supposedly great investor as yourself can't even manage this much. Who are you to talk, Richmond? I heard you lost half your assets in the ballad incident. For you to be talking like that, you must have more capital than I do, Well, let's put aside such trite matters and look to the future. Naturally. That accursed national mobilization law has caused many of my operations to collapse. Let's join forces, Count Richmond. Just this one time. Very well. I will offer you a fresh start. Let's wash away any quarrels we may have once had. If you and I join forces, we will feast on all the market has to offer. That we will. Calvard crash 5 years ago proved to be lucrative, to the tune of over 100 million mira, if memory serves. And today is a celebration of our future success and riches. Surely such an occasion calls for a bottle of special grade Steinrose. As lavish as ever, eh? That's Count Gorty of the Kreutzen province. Seems he's decided to stop by Ordis, the port city, and to spend time with Count Richmond, a famous investor no less. It's an interesting conversation to witness. Right. That atmosphere makes me not want to get anywhere near them, though. Well, we did handle some requests back in our student days. But with things looking as they do, I think it's better to stay uninvolved. I must say, Richmond, may have our history, but I do consider you to be a top-class investor. Let's pool our abilities for this operation, so that we may both profit. Today we toast to our alliance. Oh dear. Welcome to Hotel Hortensia. In the past, we would host a great number of guests who had come to visit our lovely Ordis, the port city. Recently, though, our customers' base has shifted toward nobles who prefer to use our hotel for discussions and informational exchanges. These changes do leave me with some sadness, but these are the times we live in. Our establishment has recently seen a rise in guests who like to use the premises to hold discussions and exchange information. I say they all have such dark expressions. Oh my. Dark expressions. There are those from the eastern side of the Empire who have fled to Ordis, the port city, in an effort to escape the chaos and damage of war. Perhaps it's a case of excessive worry, but not an unsound decision. Ordis is the city furthest from the fighting. The city is also home to Juno Naval Fortress, which houses the 3rd Armored Division. The presence does indeed make one feel safe. Same again, alright. Should have maybe rested at that point. According to the customers, Marquis Hyams is putting some distance between himself and the government, trucking up to the pride of the 4 great houses, not allowing him to work with them. It's a little late for that, don't you agree? Could he perhaps be involved with that rumoured Viceland army? Or he may be planning to just remain neutral the entire time. He is known to be a member of the moderate faction after all. At any rate, that's a conversation that has nothing to do with me. You brought it up. That's why Marquis Hyams is putting distance between himself and the government. It's completely possible that it's in effort to show support for the Viceland army. Oh, that's just speculation. She does like her rumours. She does like her rumours. My family has worked in the maritime transportation industry for generations. But sea voyages are no longer possible, nor is our ability to maintain our finances. My husband's running around everywhere, asking contacts for whatever he can. I just hope that it all leads to something. It's like my husband's headed to the cathedral at the moment, to speak with Marquis Rean. Just hope that all of this leads to something tangible. Anybody on the other side? Yes. Do you have business with the Count? He should be out front in the conference area. I'm sure he's discussing another crooked get-rich-quick scheme. How very like him. He should be out front in the conference area. Oop, that was different. I'm sure he's discussing another crooked get-rich-quick scheme. How very like him. I couldn't be less interested. Ooh. Couldn't be. I love it when it's right. That one would be harder to get wrong, I imagine, though. Otherwise it'd sound really weird. I could be less interested, you know. I dropped by to see if I could find something interesting to read. And nothing, just like I thought. Father's in the provincial army. He's recently called up to the government, so he's set to depart soon. I do understand that it's for an important cause, but he's the only father I've got. Really? I don't want to lose him. That's usually the case. Father's going to be departing soon. to grab something to read and take my mind off things. You can't walk an arch these days without hearing someone whining. Shortages, whoa. Seriously, cry me a river. Sales around here are perfectly fine. It's obvious why, right? You attack quick and stock up on stuff that other places miss out on. Keeping an eye on Kleist's circulation's been a real win for me. Let's have a look at your... You said goodbye, pot 2. I've been keeping an eye on Kleist's circulation for a while now. This move was totally the right call. Hey, it's you guys. It's Thor's group, if I'm not mistaken. It's okay for you to be here. Yes, more or less. I remember right, this guy was one of the 2 involved in the slander attack on Riviera Court that happened during our special ops missions. Though it looks like he's working under Hugo at the moment. You were worried about us. How sweet. Looks like you become a store manager? Yeah, Director Hugo assigned me here. Previous manager, Wards. Yeah. Quit suddenly, saying that he was pursuing other business ventures. Rumor has it that he's changed beyond recognition, raking in ridiculous profits all around the continent and operating at an increased capacity. That's the extent of what I've heard, though. Maybe he won't even be back. Who knows? Ah, I see. That must be quite a problem for Hugo, too. We're gonna be fine, but you guys try to keep a low profile, you hear me? I've already made this clear to her, but if I receive orders from higher up, then I gotta take the government's side, alright? Something weird about the IDF. You don't want to attract their attention. If you do something stupid and get yourselves in deep, well... Don't say I didn't warn you. Great, cool, awesome, thanks. Think I know what's going on here. Kleist & Co. is managing to turn a profit, even in light of the current situation, since we've got strong ties to the government. That and all our products are sold at a lower price than anywhere else. Just won't find a better deal. I do think it's pretty nasty for business to be so cutthroat right now. I'm sure there's a silver lining to it somewhere, if you look hard enough. He seems better than Watts, massively, doesn't he? And yes, Director Hugo's made me the store manager, while Watts has gone off to do his own thing. Why am I, of all people, stuck doing this crap? Watts had better come back pronto. He'd been acting strangely for a while even before he left, though. Where's he screwed off to, huh? My employer absolutely detests the idea of financially contributing to Heimdall, says I shouldn't shop at Kleist Mall. But look how Riviera Court ended up. It's simply the state of things, and there's nothing I can do about it. As a maid, I always need to prepare quality meals. There's no room for complaints about where I shop when that's my job. Outside of Kleist Mall, prices are rising everywhere. Plus, items are running scarce no matter where you go. As things currently stand, I simply don't have the ability to pay attention to my employer's preferences. Wish he'd just take a step back. Are those at Riviera Court going to be alright? How connections like Kleist? Procuring stock must be a nightmare for them right now. But it's not as if I'm concerned about them or anything, you see. We'll show them our true abilities and crush them one day. Been through a lot because of those nobles. Since the moment I joined Kleist & Co., it's been my personal mission to bury Riviera Court. How things are shaping up, not only will we come out on top, but an overwhelming victory in our favor. But not the way you wanted it, though, is it? That's the issue there, not the way you wanted. Like an outside force. Ruining the fun of it all. There's been an uptick in weapons sales lately. It's made for good sales figures, but I feel rather conflicted about it, really. Things seem to be selling better, and better the more lethal they are. Given everything that's happening, there's not a lot to be done, is there? Not a lot we can do, but still rather conflicted about it. The shop usually uses airships for our shipments. That's how we can offer our array of specialty, ultra-high speed services. The airport's been commandeered by the military, so those services have been temporarily suspended. I'm very sorry. If Wads were here, we might have been able to push the matter a little more. But there's not much we can do now. I suppose not. Wads would have pushed it in the wrong way. You know how he is. We've seen how he is. Jeez, we don't want to go that way yet. Ice cream and crepes? Welcome, welcome. Are you here for some ice cream too? I used to just run a food cart in summer. I wanted my ice cream to bring smiles to people's faces. That's what got me started. Pick up a scoop to pick up your spirits, don't you agree? You know, I think this was the same ice cream we got when we were here for our field exercises. So delicious. I'll never forget it. And I'll never forget your gentle gaze then, instructor. Hey, why don't you take the opportunity to treat me to a cone? Excellent suggestion, Ash. I'll be sure to give it to some real consideration. Bet that Milliam ordered 5 scoops here once. Wouldn't mind trying some. Today's a scorcher, so you simply must try some frozen goodness to cool down. Each and every flavor is an absolute delight. Your faces will be frozen in smiles. Of course, we're going to get the recommended dish. Bittersweet tomato gelato. Where's the ice cream and crepes, though? That's the question. Perfect. Where's the ice cream and crepes? That's what we're after. You guys, we've not spoken to you yet, have we? So our naval fortress training is over. Looks like we're finally going to receive our assignments as new conscripts. Yeah, first they send operatives into our country, and then they try to assassinate the Emperor? How stupid could a country be to mock Erebonia? We're going to teach Calvard a lesson they won't forget. We have that new model too. It's not even going to be a fight, we'll be sure to pulverize them. Couldn't have said it better, my man. Bunch of weasels, that's what they are. I can't wait to see the looks on their faces. You know you're going to be killing them, right? Like...
That's Riviera Court, right?
Yeah. Ferris is the manager there.
I bet things get quite hectic for her.
Oh, they will do. They will do. It's quite different, isn't it? What's going on? Looks like everything's being packed up for some reason. They're closing up shop or something. And again. Oh, everyone. Rean and everyone else, I'm so happy we were able to see each other again. Vincent and her behavior's a little too friendly. Who is she? Wait, hold on a sec. I feel like I've seen her before.
In addition to Schwarzer, it is a most fortuitous blessing to see you among us once more.
Yeah. Not really sure how to face any of you after everything I've done and all. And Lady Mildine, or would you prefer Muse instead? Muse is indeed preferable, thank you. Good to see you, Vincent. And Margarita? Forgot my name? That's so mean, Rean. Well, it's certainly been a while, everyone. No, it's not that we forgot your name, Margarita. You just look really different now. Didn't recognize you at first. It's perfectly understandable to be caught a little off guard. Not quite used to it to myself, and we're, dating, I suppose. Oh my! Oh, isn't it cute how embarrassed he gets? Damn, is this really happening? That's so great! Congratulations, you two! He sure emphasized, I suppose. Vincent was always hiding from Margarita back when we were all students. It's been quite a journey, but it looks like their relationship is progressing nicely. In any case, I've been speaking with some of the other alumni, and I'm hearing some significant chatter. We've much to discuss. Your reason for coming to Ordis, for example. But our hands are full at the moment. Riviera Court has no future whatsoever if that certain something isn't found. What happened? What's going on with Ferris is worrying, but looks like the issue here is more pressing. Yes, explaining the specifics could take hours. Well, basically, Riviera Court's been commandeered by the army, right? That's correct. The notice from the Imperial Army arrived about a week ago. It ordered us to vacate the premises so they can turn it into a conscription office. But to scramble to find a new location. Somehow we managed to borrow an office from the Harbour Union. We've gone into overdrive preparing for the move. But the permit for opening the new location could not be found today. the very day we were to move. If we don't have that in hand, then we cannot operate, even if we make the physical move. Every last employee is running around trying to find it. And talk about stressful. No wonder you all look so down in the dumps. The notable locations in the store have been searched down to every last corner. But despite our thoroughness, we still haven't found it. It's not a thought that I enjoy entertaining, but it is possible that the permit was stolen. If that's true, then the situation is grave indeed. And by the way, wasn't the manager of the store... Yes, my sister Phyllis was once the manager. After the incident in Heimdall, she disappeared without a trace. Hasn't even been word as to whether she's alive or not. I have taken over management in her absence. Oh, this is Ferris we're talking about. I'm sure she's fine. My thanks, Schwarzer. I choose to believe that as well. But for now, we need the permit. If we do not find it, Riviera Court will be finished. Our clientele, Phyllis... How could I face them if that happened? I couldn't live with myself. Yes, we simply must find it. Could probably use our help too. Help look for the permit. Vincent, we could help you out if you'd like. What do you think? That's right, as fellow alumni of Thor's, we can't just ignore this. So it ended up like this after all. You busybodies sure like sticking your noses into other people's business, huh? I don't know what to say. Then don't say anything. We'll take a little look around the place. I'll help search for your permit. Maybe we'll pick up some intel on what's going on while we're at it. Thank you all so much. This really means a lot to us. It'd be great if you could take a quick look around the premises. We're counting on you all. Oh, count on us? Oh, that's a bit of a problem. So, anyway, are you working with Vincent? But of course. Not just right now. The two of us have been spending a lot of time together. Even outside of the Ferris situation, any member of a family as esteemed as the Florals faces no shortage of challenges. I wanted to be his dedicated nutritionist to take his dietary concerns off his plate, but alas, Vincent refused. It's such a shame. I'm holding onto a secret spice that was guaranteed to deepen our love. Yeah, shame. Miracle seasoning must be behind her transformation too. Yeah, what is it? What's the secret? We could all use that. I've arranged to have the packages sent to the store's new location in the Harbor District checked, but I've yet to receive any word. It would seem that the permit is yet to be found. This simply will not do. Our fellow houses deserve better. Yes, Riviera Court is co-owned by several noble families, is it not? Indeed, or rather, it was. At the moment, House Florwood has been granted full authority, in the hopes that we may right the ship, managerially speaking. It is no easy task, I assure you. Nevertheless, something must be done. Much as I am to loathe to rob you of your time with those individuals, may I trust that I'll have your assistance in this matter? Not sure what he means by those individuals, but of course, we're happy to help. I'll do what I can from here, but I eagerly await your team's findings, Schwarzer. Oh, it doesn't seem you have any new peculiar dishes for me. Alas, I'll have to wait until your next visit. I think the staff must all be tired. If this continues, people are going to start collapsing of exhaustion. Maybe I'll prepare a special dish to relieve their fatigue. Yes, you do that. Suspicious. We recently finished replacing the banner outside, so we almost finished preparing to move to the new location, but all these procedures to go through, combined with contacting our customers, things have been very hectic lately. The thought of leaving all this history behind is sad. We've been so slammed with work that I haven't even had the time to reminisce. Everything is changing in preparation for the war. It's a brutal time we're living in, my friends. Time is ticking down, but we still have so much to do before the move. Hate to ask, but could you please help out with the permit? I'm begging you. We've packed up the inventory chart that was in this counter. It looks like everything's been wiped down. Excellent. I just keep finding more and more things that I was supposed to pack. I'm doing a final check to make sure it's all here right now. To be honest with you, these endless all-nighters have turned my brain into mush. Hereford is coming into work for me, so I've got to make sure that I at least take care of my own bit. Still have to go through these boxes and separate what goes to the shop and what goes to the warehouse. Ultimately, we can't get started until we've got that permit in hand, but I'm busy with the moving preparations anyway. The register, huh? If there really was a thief, I imagine that they'd head straight for the mirror. Let me take a look. Crow examined the register lock. So not like anyone forced it open or anything. You sure perked up once you got your hands on the register, huh, Crow? Can't place it, but there's something different about you today. It's no big deal, alright? This is the first time I've done something like this since I was at Thor's. It's a little unreal, that's all. It's like nostalgic for him. I put the permit inside the cabinet along with some other important documents. It was still there until last night, I'm sure of it. When I checked this morning, both the permit and the relocation notice were gone. You lost your relocation notice too? Damn. This is really messy, ain't it? If they went for the letter, the only party I can imagine doing this is Kleist & Co. And here I was, thinking of our rivalry as a fun, healthy one. Why would they do something that would clearly cause them to be hated? I think it's a little premature to jump to conclusions like that, since we don't have enough evidence. There's a lot here that bothers me. Let's keep searching. Why choose us rather than Kleist Mall? Must be our noble faction status. Still got the issue with the permit to worry about. Really don't need someone trying to pull one over on us as well. I'm in the middle of checking to make sure the permit wasn't lost between documents or anything. This is actually my 5th time going through the same piles. I'll keep checking. There's something about this plant I find odd. Like the plant at the front. Like it's a different shade of green, a very, very different shade of green. Ooh. But maybe that's a secret door or something. It's just so empty. Let's check Kleist & Co. though. Like maybe there's something going on in here. Maybe. Not sure though. I should have checked the shops really. I don't think I did I? I checked you. I don't think I checked the other guy though. Pecky. At the shop upstairs. Do need to check on something because there was a glitch earlier in my recording that I noticed. I think it's starting to lag. Oh, hello. I think it's starting to lag as a result, so I need to sort of restart everything. So what I'm going to do, because it's like you may see it, it's like it's going very laggy. Like on my screen, it's fine, it's smooth, but on my recording screen, like I can see my recording, it's extremely laggy. Like more so than when we were doing those experiments with it and stuff like that. Like very, very bad. So I kind of need to restart that. So, yeah, we'll end this part here, and in the next part we'll carry on doing the rounds, I suppose, and gathering more intel around the city and seeing about that quest that we need to get resolved. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ra for now.